Think you can't afford a home in Kelowna? What if I told you some single-family homes are selling for way less than you might think? I went deep into the listings to find the absolute cheapest single-family homes for sale right now. And these aren't old sales or teardowns with no roofs or big holes in the floors. These are actual livable homes in real neighborhoods. Some of these are priced way below the city's benchmark price of $1,045,000, and I'll show you exactly where they are. But first, let's break down some of the main areas of Kelowna so you know where you can find these deals. Kelowna isn't just one neighborhood. It's a collection of areas, each with its own vibe, price point, and type of buyer it attracts. And today, we'll be looking at 5 of the main areas: the Lower Mission, Rutland, Kelowna North, Kelowna South, and Glenmore. Lower Mission, which is also called Pandosy, is lakeside living. Think beaches, boutique shops, and restaurants. And it's one of the most desirable areas in the city. Rutland surrounds Highway 33 and tends to be more affordable with more variety in the size and shape of homes. Here, you'll find everything from 70s ranchers to newer builds and often on bigger lots. Rutland has everything you need from cafes, grocery stores, restaurants, and a number of schools. Kelowna North is the area north of Highway 97, which is also known as Harvey Avenue, and it includes the downtown core and the cultural district. Think walkability, breweries, restaurants, nightlife, and the waterfront parks. Kelowna South is the area south of Harvey Avenue, all the way up to the Lower Mission. It includes the hospital area, the Capri Landmark District, and some of Kelowna's older, more historic neighborhoods. It's a mix of character homes and areas that are being redeveloped. And finally, Glenmore sits in the hills and valley just to the northeast of downtown. Think family-friendly streets, great schools, parks and trails, cafes, shopping, and mostly detached homes with a few newer subdivisions and townhomes in the mix. Before we get into the listings, just to be clear, when I say cheapest, I don't mean the absolute bottom of the barrel or homes that need to be torn down. I'm talking about move-in ready single-family homes. They might need some cosmetic updates, could be outdated, or in need of a renovation, but they're livable on day one. And I only pulled listings that are on the market right now, not ones that sold 6 months ago. These homes are available today. So with that in mind, let's get into the neighborhoods. Let's start with the Lower Mission. This is usually one of the most expensive parts of Kelowna. So when something pops up under the benchmark price here, it gets attention fast. The first home we're going to take a look at is on Ladner Road. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home, just under 1,000 square feet, and it's listed for $689,000. Just for reference, Ladner Road is just off of Gordon Drive, and it's about a block away from the KLO Middle School. This is a great location because Gordon Drive is one of the major thoroughfares through the city, and it gives you access to a main road that can get you anywhere. It also looks like this one's zoned MF1, which is multifamily, which means in the future you could build a multifamily unit on this lot. If we take a look at the photos, it does look like the landscaping's a bit dry, but water could fix that. If we have a look at the inside of the home, you can see there it's on Gordon Drive, kind of a corner lot, easily accessible. We look at the inside, the paint could use a bit of an update, and it looks like they've removed what was once a wood stove there where the brick is, and it does have electric baseboard heat. But at first glance, this definitely looks like a home that you could move into and live in today without too many issues. And just looking at the outside of the photos I mentioned before, the grass doesn't look like it's been getting much water, but that's something that you could fix, maybe remove those cedars that are dead. But this by any means is a livable home that you can move into today, and it's priced under $700,000. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Tyrell Boake, a realtor in Kelowna. On this channel, I break down what's actually happening in the market so you can make smart moves, whether you're buying, selling, or just keeping an eye on things. If you want to stay in the loop on all things Kelowna real estate, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And when you're ready to talk about your own plans, there's a link in the description to book a call with me. Next, let's take a look at Rutland. This is where you really start to see more affordability compared to some other parts of the city. The next home that we'll take a look at is on Glenmore Road, which is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot home that was built in 1972. If we take a look at the map, it's just off of Highway 33 and easily accessible to most of the parts of Rutland. And if we jump into the photo gallery here, this home looks like at some point they put new siding on it since it was built in the 70s. Has lots of parking for vehicles, or if let's say you have a suite in the basement, you've got a lot of room, people don't have to park in the road. And it has a bit of curb appeal. This one too looks like it's on a corner lot. Has a covered deck in the backyard. The grass is a little better than the one that we looked at before. And the kitchen looks like it's been updated in the last probably 20 years. Not sure if brown cabinets are your style, but those could easily be painted to freshen it up a little bit, and the appliances don't look that old either. This one has a front entrance into your living room, which is typical of the homes built in this era, and does have baseboard heaters as well. Lots of storage and some updates throughout the home. This one has the laundry in the basement, which probably looks like shared laundry between your basement suite. I believe this home had a non-conforming suite in the basement, but it's still something that you could rent out to someone for that extra bit of income. Now, if something that needs a renovation or has a suite in it isn't what you're really looking for, this is a newer build home in Tower Ranch, which is still considered to be a part of Rutland. This one backs onto the golf course and has a single car garage. It's listed at $599,000 and is 2 bedrooms with 3 baths and 1,700 square feet. I would suspect that these 3 bathrooms is actually probably 2.5 bathrooms, but let's take a look at the gallery. So as I mentioned, you've got a single garage there. Nice open kitchen, living room, open concept living. And I bet you that patio out the back, if we take a closer look, will give you views of the golf course. This one's in a really nice neighborhood and in a great location, and it's under $600,000. Moving inside, you've got a gas fireplace, and as I mentioned before, that open concept living. Lots of pictures of the kitchen. This is your primary bedroom, which also has access to the deck overlooking the golf course. The primary ensuite has 2 sinks in the vanity, a nice walk-in shower with tile surround, and this would be your open basement, which also has access to the patio overlooking the golf course. Next, we'll take a look at Kelowna North. Detached homes under $1 million here are rare because much of the land is zoned for redevelopment and infill projects. That makes any single-family listing in this area stand out, but there are still opportunities if you know where to look. This home in Kelowna North is located on Clement Avenue. It's listed for $695,000. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath home with about 1,100 square feet, built in 1987. Being on Clement, it's close to Richter Avenue. This is kind of an easily accessible area, which is right near the downtown core. Let's take a look at the photos, but judging by the curb appeal, this home looks like it's in good condition. The kitchen obviously has been updated since 1987 with, it looks like, a lot of natural light and some nice cabinets. The floors also look to be laminate, and you've got a bit of an open concept floor plan here. Gardens in the front yard, and the yard looks like it's been taken care of as well. Parking seems to be in the back off the alley, and it looks like you have a bit of a garage here. Lots of parking, lots of space if you've got more than one vehicle, and a fenced yard. Going through to the inside, there's been some nice updates on this one, and this looks like these are garden doors going out to your back patio. This would be the kitchen for the suite, so you've got 2 living spaces in this home. The Kelowna South area is also close to downtown, the hospital, and the lake, which makes it an attractive area for a lot of buyers looking for central living without paying lower mission prices. This home on Ethel Street is listed for $629,000. It's 2 bedrooms with 1 bathroom, under 800 square feet, but it is on a corner lot. This lot is also zoned MF1 zoning, so potentially down the line you could redevelop this as a multifamily home. It is just about a block off of Gordon, so easily accessible. Taking a look at the photos, you've got a large lot here on the corner, and it looks like there's lots of parking, so if you've got multiple vehicles or an RV or something that you need to store, you'd have space to do that here. The yard is fenced, Could use a little bit of work, and if you're not one of those people that likes to mow the lawn, you wouldn't have to worry about that here. The interior of the home looks relatively well maintained, and you've got a separate living area, dining area separate from the kitchen to give you that separation if you don't like an open floor plan. Having 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom is perfect for, a single couple or a small family that's just starting to grow. Looks like there's a few outbuildings here if you need that extra storage, and Mill Creek runs right next to the property. Lastly, let's take a look in Glenmore. This neighborhood is always popular with families for its schools, parks, and central location. When something comes up under the benchmark price here, it usually doesn't last long. The first home that we're going to take a look at in Glenmore is at 1040 Glenmore Drive. It's listed for $550,000, has 2 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and just under 1,500 square feet. If we take a look at the map, it's literally right off of Glenmore Drive, which is a great place to be because it gives you access to one of the, thoroughfares through the city and can get you anywhere that you need to go. If we take a look at the photos, the first photos of the kitchen, it looks well maintained. These cabinets aren't that old, neither are the appliances. And if we continue into the living room, the floors look in great shape. You've got an open concept there between the living, dining room, and kitchen. And there is your 1 bathroom, which also looks like it's been renovated sometime in the past. You have 1 bedroom here with access out to the patio. And I wanted to get to the exterior photos of this home because technically this is a townhome. However, it doesn't fall in a strata anymore, so it's attached to other homes, but it's not a strata property, so you don't have those strata fees every month. This one also does have a kitchen in the basement, so technically you could use that as an in-law suite. And moving on to the exterior, as I mentioned, this is technically a townhome, but it doesn't have those strata fees for you to pay every month. And if you were looking more for a detached home in Glenmore, I found this one as well. It has a carport, nice curb appeal. It's on Glenview Avenue, is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, just over 2,200 square feet, and it's listed at $680,000. This one is just between Clifton Road and Clement, so also in a great central location. If we take a look at the gallery, we've got a couple photos of the exterior. Moving to the interior, we have a fairly large living room, virtually staged in these photos. A large kitchen with adjacent dining room, lots of windows for natural light. A couple of bedrooms that you probably would want to paint unless you're into that dusty rose pink color. And nice floors throughout. It also looks like it has a large basement with a lot of space and either a wood or gas stove. So here's the takeaway. Affordable in Kelowna doesn't mean rundown houses, bad neighborhoods, or unlivable conditions. Is it more expensive than other parts of Canada? In general it is, yes. But there are still single-family homes in Kelowna well under the benchmark price. You've just got to know where to look. And when the right home does hit the market, you've got to be ready to act because they can sell quickly. Kelowna has a reputation for being out of reach. And yes, prices are high compared to many parts of Canada. But if you're willing to look beyond the obvious areas and keep your budget realistic, there are still single-family homes out there that can work. The key is balancing location, condition, and timing. And that's where having a clear plan can make all the difference. And don't forget, we haven't even talked about condos or townhouses yet, which are available for even less and could work better for you depending on your lifestyle. But we'll cover those in another video. And hey, if you've made it this far into the video and you'd like to stay up to date with the Kelowna market, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. And before you go, drop a comment down below. Are you surprised you can still find single-family homes in Kelowna at these prices? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.